Hi YouTubers, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about love, relationships, and mental health. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video for those of you that are on this Valentine's Day weekend. You may be single, you may be married, you may be boyfriend and girlfriend, you may be engaged, maybe an engaged couple, you may be widowed, separated, married, whatever kind of relationship status or love status that you're in. Please share this live. Please share this video to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you would like to share this video. This video and topic today is very, very important for those that are dealing with mental health. This is the Our Children Matter nonprofit organization YouTube channel. All of my descriptions to all of my link to all of my social media sites are in the description box below. Please make sure you go to the description box for any information that you have in regards to the nonprofit organization YouTube channel. So welcome back to all of my subscribers and viewers here today. So let's get started with the topic of love, relationships, and mental health, and what it means for those that do have mental health but are particularly in love. And happy Valentine's Day to all of my social media friends and YouTubers out there and subscribers. You guys are awesome. My team of supporters, my donating partners, my sponsors, you guys are awesome that have already donated to the organization. So much of your time and effort has been put into this, and I greatly, sincerely appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the topic love, relationships, and mental health. Love, relationships, and mental health. Let's get started. Okay, it says mental health conditions have strong, supportive, long-term relationships. Relationships can affect your health significantly. A good relationship provides valuable social support during difficult times, whereas a bad relationship can worsen your symptoms, particularly in cases of depression. We talked about that earlier last month about depression. So how does mental health affect romantic relationships? So, well, it says many people with mental health conditions may feel inadequate and have performance anxiety and low self-esteem. It says for both partners, this can lead to a decreased opportunity for bonding and a result of unmet needs, the risk of codependent behaviors. That is very, very important. If you know somebody that has a mental health condition and they're dealing with depression, they're dealing with anxiety, they're dealing with nervousness or low self-esteem issues, please sit down and talk with them if they're in a relationship, because you have to understand that the codependent behaviors are morally solely upon you, the behaviors of how you act and how you think and how your emotions tie into the physical being of yourself when you're in love. So that ties into the romantic relationship. It says, how does love affect mental health? Well, love promotes emotional and mental well-being. Love, no matter what form it comes in, helps people incorporate safer behaviors into their everyday lives, reduces anxiety, worry, nervousness, and lowers the chance of developing depression or any other form of mental illness. Yeah, that's pretty much true. It says, should you date someone with mental illness? It might be the time to be concerned about your relationship when mental health illness symptoms are getting in the way of your day-to-day life or safety is being compromised. You can definitely be in a healthy relationship with someone who has a mental illness, but keep an eye out for when things get unhealthy. So you can be in a relationship with someone with mental health issues, but just keep an eye out for the unhealthy part of the relationship. Just keep an eye out for like any signs or warning for that person that you're in love with, or anything that has to do with them personally that you think that might that you know about of their mental health condition that may put a damper or a hindrance on your relationship. I'm not saying the relationship won't work. It will work, but just always be cautious and mindful of those mental health issues when dealing with your significant other or your partner. Okay. It says, how do you love someone with mental illness? Okay, so there are 5 ways to love someone with mental illness. 5 ways to love someone with mental illness. Okay, number 1, it says educate yourself about your loved one's diagnosis. You can search the National Alliance on Mental Illness for the most up-to-date information about mental illnesses. Encourage and model yourself and wellness. That's number 2. It says number 2 says encourage and model self-care and wellness. Number 3, be a safe person. Number 4, do not love alone. Number 5, know when to take a break. Know when to take a break. And that's mostly for everybody. Everybody might need to take that break or that separate entity of actually being in love and being with someone that you trust and you want to spend the rest of your life with. Sometimes you might need to take that mental status health break and be like, you know what? I need to take a break. I don't know where I'm coming off at in this relationship. You might not need to take a very, very long break, but you might need to take some type of a break in order for your sanity and your mind to be clear. You want it to be clear. Okay, so that's one way. It says, how does anxiety affect romantic relationships? Anxiety makes us feel either fearful or limited. Also, a brain or body trained to stress may have a much harder time enduring sex and intimacy. Negative thoughts and fears impact a person's ability to present with a relationship, potentially sucking the joy out of the moment. Wow, that's something to really, really think about there. It says anxiety makes us feel either fearful or limited, meaning makes you feel less than. And also your brain and your body is stressed, may have a harder time enduring sex and intimacy. Negative thoughts and fears may impact a person's inability to present within a relationship, potentially sucking the joy out of the moment. Wow, that's something really, really to think about. Because if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, worriness, or not being able to get over that first love that you had in that previous marriage or previous breakup that you had with your ex, there's some really major closure that you might need in order to heal your heart. It takes time for love to develop and love to create in your own life and with that lifelong partner that you want to be with. It takes time. You can't just jump in the sack the same day. You have to understand that love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle, love is genuine, love is important. Love is the capability of loving someone else within loving you. So you have to understand there is a process to love. Okay. So it says, what are the negative effects of love? What about negative effects? Increased stress in a long-term committed relationship. Stress tends to decrease over time. Physical symptoms, sleep and appetite changes, poor judgment, or love addiction. You're addicted to it. You're addicted to loving that person so much that you have not taken out time to actually sit down and think about, I have some issues that I need to get out first. And before I can love anybody else, I need to deal with the issues that are within myself first before latching my heart and my love into someone when I'm broken-hearted, disgusted over something that happened in my childhood that may cause me not to love myself. There's no way in the world that you'll be able to love someone if you have not standed up to the courage to love yourself first. So that is something definitely to think about. It says, does love make you happy? The evidence is pretty clear that although love can make you feel great, it also brings quite a bit of misery too, and not just when you break up. Being in love is associated with emotions of joy and happiness, but is also associated with symptoms of depression and anxiety too. Because the reason why I say that love is kind of reprimanding what you think is best for you and your significant partner, you may not really want to go all out and be in a committed relationship. You have to think about that. You really have to think about who you're loving, who you're trusting, who you're putting your effort to be in the relationship, the committed relationship. That it comes with trust, it comes with obedience, it comes with patience, it comes with guts, it comes with thinking more, not more so about you, but both of you together, because love is one mind, one body, and one spirit. You're coming together. You're being one. You're being totally, two people mesh together to become one, to become whole with each other. Do you see what I'm saying? So your insecurities and your bystanders and your problems and your worries and your frustrations, your attitude, your not wanting to stand up for what's right or to stand up for what you necessarily want in a relationship, it can be detrimental to you and to the person that you're with if you do not get yourself under control. Your anxiety, your mental health status, your depression, you're worried about something, you always say, oh, I give up, I want to kill myself because my relationship is not working. And I've heard people say that a lot in their relationships. You do not have to commit suicide because that person loves you, but yet and still you don't know what that person has gone through personally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, traumatically, trauma-wise. You don't know if they're carrying trauma or bringing trauma into the relationship that they've had in their childhood. Then it messes up your judgment of whether the relationship will work or not, whether you're really in love with that person. You find out a whole bunch of other things about that him or her that you just found out from a friend that you know that he's been best friends with that person for a long time, and they know this, they know that, they know this. I got a baby mother that won't stop nagging me, want me to do this for their child, want me to do this, and say I don't do this, but I provide this and this and that. It can be all sorts of traumatic trauma, unnecessary arguing and unnecessary bickering till you understand to the point where you're like, okay, wait a minute. I didn't have these issues before. I didn't have anxiety issues. I didn't have nervousness. I didn't have love complications. I didn't have sex issues. I didn't have sexual arousal problems. What's going on? Why is this all now of a sudden happening to me? Because the other person is not fully aware that there is some capacity of that person that they're not in love with themselves in whatever area that they're in their love relationship or love status. You have to find it. You have to take it. Love. That's why I say to a lot of people, love takes time. Get to know the person, let the person know the true you, not the fake you. Not to want to be famous. I'm going to have sex with him because he's cute and want to have a bunch of babies. No, that ain't the real reason. That's not the real reason to get in love. And I hope, and a lot of people are doing that out here nowadays, that they just want to be in love to get in bed with somebody just because of their looks or just because she's beautiful and pretty. Whatever happened to people actually wanting a relationship and actually looking for the heart, the soul of the heart of the other person. That way, when you look at me and my soul, both of our souls match up together. We have the same qualities of love that we share as a person, as a body, as a human being. loving it for the characteristics of a woman or the characteristics of that man, whatever happened to being in love for that, and not just for the different area body parts of that person that turns you on. There's other things that might turn you on. His humility, his strength, his courage, his wisdom, his tenacity of being able to differentiate what you want and how you want it, and he knows you from the top of the head to the soles of your feet. Same thing goes for a woman. If you know your man works hard for every day and he need a foot rub and you know he likes foot rubs, hey, do that. It goes both ways. It's reciprocal. Love relationships are reciprocal. You give, you receive, and then you receive to give. You give to receive, and you receive to give. Come on now. It's a reciprocal thing. It's always a boomerang effect in love, because whatever you're putting into it, it's going to come right back at you. It's always a boomerang effect. It's going to go right in and come right back. It's like catching fish. You reel that sucker in and then you unwind it back to get it back. So you have to be careful for what you put into relationships, because ultimately sometimes they might not work. Okay? I love you all. I love y'all to death. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sitting up here in my nice attire on Valentine's Day, loving y'all. I just got back from a wonderful weekend over my best friend's house. Got back, and I just wanted to do this video with y'all real quick about love, relationships, and mental health. And to be honest, take care of yourself in these relationships, because sometimes these relationships can have your mind thinking all crazy sort of things. So be mindful of the person that you're in love with and the relationship that you're trying to build, because ultimately the relationship you're trying to build ultimately shows you how you'll be able to handle the situation and the relationship in itself with the love that you're portraying. So be careful. I love you all. Thank you. God bless you. And please make sure you subscribe to this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your love partner, your love mate, your family, your friends, your uncle, your auntie, whoever. Share this wonderful, primitive information with them. Share this with your youth and young adult that you know that are going through a rough patch in the relationship. If you know any young people that are in love at this age, hey, tell them I got some advice for them. Let them know. Let them hear it. Okay? So I love you all. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.